going on, but I do know what's going on, but I don't at the same time.
It was all a dream.
It was all a dream. Now she's going to sleep. Do 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 do.
Do-do-do.
Okay. Welcome to Three Views, the podcast where three brothers, Thane,
Garrett,
And I'm not Gaucho.
a special fourth brother.
that's us. You say it, guys. Say that.
Oh, that's us.
That
That's us.
is
That's us.
us.
That's us. That's us.
Review a variety of products, feelings, experiences, and senses. Two of us know what we're reviewing, one doesn't, but he has to play along and give his honest review. Then guess what we've been reviewing at the end of the episode. And then Gaucho normally
Okay, so we've established.
says,
Yeah, we've established.
"Who's it gonna be?"
We've established it's Thane, Garrett, and not Gaucho.
And not Gaucho,
And
yes.
It's a secret fourth brother. So Ben, why don't you introduce yourself?
I'm Ben, very avid listener, listening since day one. Everybody,
Wow, ride or die.
ride or die, 100%.
You really stuck with us
Yeah, I
through the
did.
7 episodes.
Woo! A
Like, I'm-
few of you could learn a thing or two.
I'm here for the long haul. All right. I'm waiting to see you guys hit like 1,000 episodes, and I'm here for it.
Yeah, we'll ask you back at like 150.
I like it.
Or
I like
200.
it. I like it. I'm a coworker of Thane's. I used to be his boss, and now he's kind of my boss. I don't know how that works. He does set my schedule, which is odd, but whatever. But I'm a
I'm not
coworker.
really your boss.
I'm a coworker of Thane's, friend of Thane's. So, known him for about what, a year and a half? I don't know how long
2?
it's been, dude. Every year at
Well,
at
we've
Blue
been-
Sky /
we've been-
ARS is like a decade.
Yeah, we've been coworkers for 2 years. We've been friends for about 1.
Right. We just shunned
Because
each
I
other that first
hated
year.
you at
Yeah.
first.
Some of my favorite coworkers I've ever had, they rubbed me the wrong when I first met them, and I started off hating them, and then was like, "Oh, this is one of the coolest people I've ever met."
I saw Thane in his Viking hair and his bushy beard, and I just knew that one day I had to have him as a friend. So
I must have him.
I must have him. And then he cut
must
all of his hair
recruit-
off.
With his Viking aesthetic, it was like you got to recruit him as a friend so that one day you
Right.
could be on opposing sides of a glorious battle.
Yes.
And there's a heart-wrenching scene
Yeah.
where you have to.
Yep.
Brothers fight brothers.
100%. 100%. That's exactly the vivid imagery that was going through my head. Just post-apocalyptic. Me and Thane at the end of each street.
Okay, in that vision though, what caused the apocalypse?
COVID.
Was it
Just
me?
kidding. It wasn't
Oh.
me. Someone
COVID-20?
Someone sneezed too loud, and and it just all unfolded from there.
Everyone was really high strung. It's like, that's it! We're done! Society, we're done.
Yep.
I'm out.
Can't do it anymore.
I'm not gonna bless you this time.
Did you guys see I think it was a news article or something that a 60-person brawl broke out on a cruise ship that went over, I think, 4 levels and lasted a couple of hours, an hour, maybe 2, and the Coast Guard had to come in and get involved.
What was the grand prize?
Yeah, what was the inciting incident and the grand prize?
Did I say a brawl or a riot? That's what it was.
Yeah, no.
A riot?
There's no way that it's a
Yeah.
60. It's a 60-person riot, and no one gets money at the end of that thing. It's like, what's that WWE thing? Royal Rumble on a cruise ship. Someone's
I don't
gotta
think
get
it was
payout.
I don't think it was a sanctioned event. I think that it just a fight broke out.
At
and
some
got
point, it's
bigger
got to
and
be
bigger.
sanctioned.
It was a pop-up WWE event.
Yeah, on a cruise ship.
A sleeper
That's
promotion.
crazy.
Yeah,
The
I would
Coast
like to
Guard, huh?
see a the raid style movie of that event. I think that would be fun.
Yeah, dramatized reenactment of cruise ship brawl.
Yeah. Dane, that's your
Fun.
next move. That's your next movie idea, dude.
Oh, what am I saying? I'd like to see a movie. I'd like to make that movie. That's what I meant. I don't have anything for our Robert segment. I don't think. Garrett, do you?
Yeah, I got a friend who says that I'm their favorite and
Not sure.
I'm the best part of this podcast.
Great
do you
friend.
do you have sources on this?
Yeah, DMs, but they asked for anonymity, so
Oh,
I can't really out them. They're just like, you're the best part of everything that you do. And you're my favorite.
I have a friend that says I'm the best part of everything I do.
It's not me.
Well, he's saying that because he's
It's
your friend.
not me. It's not me. It's a different guy.
Ben wants to go on record as not that friend.
Joke's on you, Ben. Next week's guest is the guy.
Is the guy? He's the
He-
guy.
he
Yeah,
is
I'm throwing
the
out
guy.
the anonymous thing. Yeah, it was Joso. He is very hype. He thinks that I'm better than everyone, and he's right. He's got a point. He's got a lot of really good, well thought out points.
I love it. I love it.
I've listened to Joso's arguments, and yeah, I can agree with that.
Even you're like, it makes sense.
I'm like, yeah, well thought out. I feel like we should address also, in addition to welcoming Ben, we should address Gaucho not being here. He was tasked with a secret mission by the CIA, and we don't know anything more than that. At least
What I
don't.
do know is that he was. They put a lien on him. They definitely coerced him into this. He would never willingly work for the
Right.
CIA,
Makes
but
sense.
there's some high stakes shit, Ethan Hunt level shit going down. So he's gonna be away for a few weeks.
If I don't see the Kremlin fall within the next 2 weeks, I'm gonna be super pissed.
Wouldn't he
I'm
be
gonna
trying
be-
to stop the Kremlin from falling?
Oh yeah. If he doesn't
I don't
try
know
to
what the
stop
CIA
Kremlin,
does.
I'm not really sure what they do. I just know Ethan Hunt runs away from the Kremlin at some point in one of those movies, one of the 9 movies.
Yeah, I think they're up to 13 now.
He does the Tom Cruise like
The full flat hands.
flat hands, pivoting at the elbows only.
Just sprint.
I would like to quote my mother on this matter, who said, I could watch Tom Cruise run all day. Not Daniel Craig, but I could watch Tom Cruise run all day.
Daniel Craig.
That's a good Mama G quote. My friends refer to our mother as Mama G. I realize I don't think I've ever told you guys that, but I'm G, she's Mama G.
Oh,
You've never
That's
mentioned that to
clever.
me.
For me, it's short for Garrett. For her, it's short for gangster. What's up?
What's up?
Oh, what's up, dude? Right on. You got something, Garrett?
Yeah, you guys got any highlights?
I was about to start into that too. I have some highlights. It's really recognizable. It's something that I don't, even if you like don't know it from its original context, it's something that if it's presented to you, you kind of just know on an instinctual level that that's you know what it is, and you can kind of complete it and know how the rest of it is.
Yeah, it's catchy, prevalent in the cultural zeitgeist. One could even say.
Zeitgeist is a good word.
Spell that
I
word.
love the word zeitgeist. I look for every reason I have to use it.
I will. Oh, another quick. I used the word prescient in the episode that came out today. That will come out last week if you listen to this when it comes out.
But if you listen to this like further down the road, in order, it's going to be one before this one.
Correct.
So look at
Mhm.
the episode number,
And
because
go
if it's like
back.
2 years down the road, if Ben's coming back for his
We don't want to get
100
confusing.
episode anniversary,
Right.
and then you're going through like, oh, let me look at all the Ben the Ben reel where it's every time he's revisited us at different points in our success and glorious triumphs. It's going to be
Conquest.
the one before this one, so go for one number lower.
She said, "I like that word," and then she's been thinking about that word all day and got a chance to use it. So, I'm a tastemaker, trendsetter.
Who said that?
My wonderful and supportive wife, Jillian. Did I not say that at the
No,
outset?
No.
I don't think you did, but how would you say that shorthand?
My wife, Jillian.
Okay, well, wait, maybe don't put her name in there?
My wife.
My wife.
I hate you. That sucked.
I have a
Cutting
highlight. It's actually in my contract. If you read back on my contract, you can't cut any of my Borat impression bits.
I don't know why I set your contract up like that. I wrote those contracts. That was a bad move.
You said you really were confident he's not going to use any Borat impressions or references. He would never. I got some highlights. I think that it is catchy, recognizable, like you said. It's a simple melody that's easy to just be there. It just is what it is, and that's it.
I can agree with that. That's fair. One thing that I also realized is that as common as it is and recognizable as it is, I don't think that I was really like introduced into it until later in my life because I think I was a little bit sheltered thinking about it, but that's one thing that once it's been introduced into my life, it's made my life again it more fun for sure. But again, make my life easy and for sure better, 100%.
Yeah, it has that
net
effect.
Positive.
Oh yeah, very positive. That's there's the word I'm looking for.
When this is around or out and about, it's hard to be like really upset. It's easy to have a good time when this is going on.
Oh, for sure.
Right on. I've got a question for the two of you.
Oh?
How many times in a week do you think that you reflect on this or go back to this? Let's just say this last week, do you think?
This last week. Well, this last week it is Monday. Oh, you're saying last week? No, it's in the current week.
From the previous Monday until now.
Monday. Okay, I got you.
Are we going off of the Gregorian calendar?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, I have to recalibrate my thinking then. Let's see. I probably within the last week, so 3 or 4 times I've kind of reflected back on it. When I was first introduced into it, I would always kind of go back to it, and then as time's gone on, I was kind of fit. I was like 21, 22 when I came across it, and I'm a ripe age.
That late, huh?
Yeah, way late. I'm telling you, dude. Shelter was Bancoons. As time's gone on, I reflect on it less and less, but it still pops up in my brain every once in a while for sure.
I think that I have thought of this. I don't think the comedic side of me wants to say that I think about this every 20 minutes or so. But
it's a nonstop loop.
That it's nonstop loop. Maybe once a year.
Really?
And it's a fun revisiting. It's a good time, but maybe once a year I'm like, oh yeah. That exists. I remember that this brings me joy.
That just shows you what really happens in my office at work, more so than anything. I think if I'm reflecting,
if I worked in an office, I'd have this on repeat.
That's true. That's fair. When I am doing more physical work, when I was in the MIT side of things, it was definitely less. But I've got more time on my hands in my office staring into space, so it just rolls on repeat in my brain.
I visit Ben's office quite frequently, and
he can see it playing in the bubble.
Yeah. I can see it. I get the dead look in his eyes, the glazed over. Like, yeah, there it is. It's going on. It's going down for real. I would say in this last week, I've probably thought about this or like kind of done this maybe 3 or 4 times, and it's kind of off and on. It seems like it goes into it goes through a cycle where it's like it's something I think about quite a bit for a couple of weeks, and then it drops off the radar. I don't think about it. Don't really, whatever, for a few more months, and then it comes back. But right now, it's kind of more top of mind, so I've thought about it a bit more frequently.
Gotcha. Were those headphones just a ploy to make me feel better?
Yeah.
Oh, you're such a sweetheart, dude.
For the audio listeners, I have had a headset over my earbuds this entire time, so that Ben didn't. I can put them back on if it
No,
makes
you're good, you're good.
if it really puts you at ease. They are comfortable.
Too.
I just saw you take them off, so I'm like, oh, I gotta wait to ask my question, and then all of a sudden, I'm like, he's got a cord into his ears. What is it?
No, I've just got full.
Okay.
I've got full earbuds in, and then a over the head wireless headset over them.
Okay. All right. Well, I got a question for the both
just so
of you
we all
guys.
feel good.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys so much. I feel just like I'm a brother. It's crazy.
A secret fourth brother.
A secret fourth brother we had no idea about.
That's what we've been saying.
I got a question for both of you guys.
Yeah.
So, like I told you, I was introduced to this pretty late in my life. When was the first time that you guys were introduced to this?
I think.
You want an exact date?
Preferably, and time if you've got it.
Give me 30 seconds of uninterrupted silence, and I can think of the exact date.
When did I have?
Hey,
Sorry,
it's got to reset.
So we got to reset it, dude.
No, you say your thing, and I'll come up with some dumb bullshit while you're doing it.
When did I have that Santa Fe? Do you remember that Santa Fe I had? Was that 2015?
The Hyundai Santa Fe?
Yeah, the 2004 Hyundai Santa Fe.
It was 2017.
2015 to 2017. I think I was introduced to this particular one in 2016.
Really?
2015 I was on a mission. I didn't have a car then.
Yeah, I was going to say 2017.
2016 is when I got back. 2017 is when I got it. So 2018 is when I would have first been introduced to this. But I've known about an earlier incarnation of it since the 7th grade.
If you were in 7th, I was in 5th. I was in elementary school. Yeah. I think that I found it somewhere then. 5th grade, elementary school, something.
Man, I was real sheltered, wasn't I?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I mean, it's kind of spicy, so I don't blame your parents for keeping it from you.
My mom didn't let me watch TV till I was 20.
I don't think I had unrestricted access to cable, TV. I guess we kind of did for a little bit there, but I think I was almost an adult, maybe 17 or something.
Fair enough. I had to beg my mom to give us video games, like a GameCube, when I was 12.
That's what I got a GameCube when I was 12, and it was my best friend, who was also 12, was getting an Xbox 360, and he's like, "Oh, Gary doesn't have video games. I'll give him my GameCube." And without my coercion or involvement, was able to puppy dog eyes and coerce his parents and my parents to be like, "Oh, let me give him my GameCube." And my mom was like, "Fine, okay,
Yeah.
you can have video games."
My mom was always, video games rot your brain, so we had to beg and plead that when I was 12 years old to get a GameCube. I might have been older.
Well, yeah.
I didn't actually know that, but
But then you did get video games, and look at you now.
Look at me now. I'm playing Pal World for 5 hours at a time without realizing it.
Yeah,
That was
I
so
played video games, and I've dropped out of college twice. So look at me.
Look at us go. Who would have thought? Not me.
I only dropped out of college once because I stick to my fucking commitment.
Oh,
Okay?
yeah. I don't go back on my word, Thane.
Oof.
It's a little thing called follow through. Look it up.
Cheapa dupa, man. For real. Oh.
My question is, when you think of this thing, what set and setting comes to mind?
Ooh.
I think of a red curtain background not entirely dissimilar from the Eminem album, I think Curtain Call, where it's like that red curtain background.
If you're unfamiliar with which album it is, Curtain Call, when describing a curtain, safe guess.
It's that. If you look through his
it's
Eminem's
the one.
discography,
That's
the one.
That's the one.
Look for the curtain and the one that says Curtain Call, and it's that one.
Spot on.
Yeah, it's. I don't think it's a specific physical place, but I think it's more of just like a stage with those curtains.
So does that happen?
You think of the velvet curtains.
Velvet curtains, yes.
So is that where you go? Is that where your mind takes you when that happens, or is that just what when you hear this? That's what you picture.
Yeah.
And do you picture yourself on the stage or in the audience?
Yes, that's.
I'm in the audience. I'm looking.
You're watching.
I'm viewing
Gotcha.
this. Yeah.
You're taking it in.
Mine's definitely not as dramatic as that, so that's pretty cool. For me, it's always one of those like maybe it's a TMI, but one of those shower situations. You know, little 15-minute shower sesh. That's where it pops in, and I'm rocking and rolling there.
One of the classics shower situations.
Oh yeah, 100%. Just your
Just
casual everyday situation.
Your
you got
run
going
of the
on.
mill shower situation.
Nice temperate, not 400-degree temperature showers like Gaucho usually takes, or whatever you guys were referring to last time with water temperature. But
I think we
Just
were
a nice-
referring to Garrett doesn't know temperature.
Nah, I don't think so.
I'll replay it back and
Wait,
get back to you.
You edited that out, right? Where I made myself look like a fool for not knowing how temperature works?
Yeah, yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
You guys didn't exactly prove me wrong. Like, you didn't name a reasonable temperature range for what a shower is. Like, I still don't know. Is it 192
either.
degrees? I don't know.
I don't think I can do 100 degrees water.
That's
Is
like
100
every hot
degrees
tub.
water a lot?
I think 100 degrees is hot.
100 degrees is like a hot tub.
Like
Yeah, that's hot.
It's right around
I'm not
there?
taking a shower in
The
a hot
tub.
I'm not taking a shower in a hot tub. For sure.
No, because it's a hot tub. You
I
can't
know.
shower in
So
a
I-
hot tub.
The
It's
nozzles are way lower than they need to be. They won't fall on top of you.
I
like in
usually
a shower.
bring a bottle of shampoo just in case I'm alone in a hot tub, but most of the time there are people there, so I don't typically clean myself in the hot tub. But if I'm alone, I get the chance to. You might as well.
Turning a hot tub into a bubble bath is a new goal of mine.
Yeah.
Because of what you just said.
Now, I've never done it on a
sounds so
public
fun.
hot tub, but I have gone into like a couple neighbors' hot tubs and done it for sure. Have I
With
had
permission?
Have I had the cops called on me? Yes. Have I been caught? Maybe.
Almost
Maybe.
too quick.
Almost twice.
One time I was in a pool that I wasn't supposed to be in, a little neighborhood pool, at an hour of the night that I wasn't supposed to be there with pool accessories that aren't typically for pool. We had a bunch of little plastic pipes that we got off this shelf that we were using as rollers to roll a snowboard without bindings along for like 10 feet, and then you'd crash into the pool. It was like 3 a.m. Someone shows up. I don't think it was a cop, but someone shows up. Me and my friend are naked in the bathroom because we're changing back into our street clothes from our swimsuits. And our third friend sees them pull up and is just like, I send it. And he sprints and jumps a fence and runs away and is just free and clear. And then the two of us are like trapped in the bathroom. And to this day, he's always like, hell yeah, tuck tail and ram. I left you guys right where you're at. And for years I fought him on it and was like, no, you should have hung around and like stuck it out with us. And he's like, no, why would I wrap myself up in that shit? I got free. And then now I'm like, yeah, that was the move. You should have just
smart.
dipped.
Did you answer your question, Garrett?
I think of like a guest bedroom that's like beach themed in like somewhere around 2012. I don't know.
I
And
remember
like an
it.
old blocky, like those. Remember how TVs used to be like really big and heavy?
Yeah.
and the screen was curved. I think of that.
We reached a stage in TV evolution where they're curved again, but now they curve in. They're now concave instead of convex.
Right.
What will happen next, do you think?
I think we'll get the 360, where you sit and there's a screen on all sides of you.
I think it's going to be more like a sphere thing where they're going to come in and build like a little sphere inside your house, and that's how you have to watch TV.
Dude, a float tank with TV? That sounds immersive as hell. I'm going to invent that. I
Hell
just
yeah.
did. Check it out.
You just did that.
I think that's Neuralink.
Oh,
That might be neuro.
that's Cerebro.
Or
is
VR.
what that is.
That's VR.
That's VR in the shower.
We have that. I have 3 VR headsets within 15 feet of me. Yeah, that is VR. I know what that is. We already have that.
We already have that. Right on. Very cool. Is that all of our questions?
That is all of our questions.
Nice. We're doing so good, guys.
We're
Way to
crushing
go, you.
it. Look at us.
We've crushed it. Quick aside with you two. How do you think we're doing?
I think we're doing good.
Nice.
Do we intend to edit this out? What are you asking me?
No.
I'm doing great.
Okay.
I don't intend to edit shit.
That's, yeah.
I think we're doing pretty good.
I think
think
so
so.
too. I'm
I think
feeling
About
good.
time.
I think that
Should we move right into the sponsors?
you guys got sponsors? I forget you guys got sponsors. My podcast is not as
We-
classy as your guys', really.
We've gotten so lucky.
You guys have.
Hey Ben, I need you to not mention your podcast.
Hey, listen here. I gotta plug
We're not-
every chance I can get.
We're not clout chasing.
Listen.
We're not.
All I'm saying is, if you guys like movies and TV shows, just kidding.
No, we will plug it at the end.
And throughout.
And
And
obviously,
as much as you want.
just in the middle of my sentence, I'll just throw it in there.
Thane is gonna edit in more times of you saying that. He's gonna
I'm gonna-
take that
I'm gonna take
audio
the clip
about...
And just put it. All of our
Randomly.
pauses. I'm not gonna remove any pauses. Instead, I'm just gonna put you
There you go. There you go.
saying that you've got a podcast.
I love it. I love it.
on repeat. Yeah, we've been lucky enough to get sponsored every single episode
That's awesome.
so far.
Kudos to
miss
you
it.
guys. You guys got the end with everybody, huh?
Hell yeah.
I know a guy who knows a few guys. Who knows someone else who knows Kevin Bacon.
Right.
Yeah, let's get right into a word from our sponsor. This week's episode is brought to you by Wet Pleather Sofas. Does this ever happen to you? Oh man, can sit down, relax, kick my feet back, enjoy a nice television program, and you plop down on your couch and it's like, ew, what the fuck? What the fucking shit? This shit's all dry. What is it? What is it made out of leather? This is gross. I wish it was more slick. Now you could go for pleather couches. They're a little more slick, a little more plasticky, a little bit like sitting on a ginormous inflated rubber glove. What if you wanted a little more wet? What if you want a wet pleather sofa? Well, now you can do that. Make your dreams a reality by the self-watering condensation king that is the wet pleather sofa.
Man, wet pleather sofa. I've heard a lot
Man.
about this. Usually I'm the one that's making the pleather wet when I can't hold my urine in. So the fact that it happens automatically now, that's pretty sweet. That is sick.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to give me one of those.
You have,
Do I get a deal if I'm a guest?
Yes, for specifically just guests of the podcast, they added a separate code
Yes.
where you go to wetpleathersofas.com, you type in, I'm a special little boy on a special little podcast. And then you get a 50% off discount. Everyone
Oh.
else, any other listener, can get a 20% discount by by typing I'm a special little boy and have not been on the podcast yet.
What's stopping them from just typing the other one?
It's only got one use.
Oh, okay.
So you
So I
have
have to go to
until
it
this
first. I have to
podcast
go
is
to it
released.
first. I have to do it by the end of the week. Okay.
You have one
Okay.
week
I got
on
you.
the Gregorian calendar.
Oh, right.
I'm gonna raise my earlier statement of inventing Or I guess I'll undo my earlier statement of inventing a float tank with TV around you, and instead, let's make a TV around the wet pleather sofa. Let's get that collab going.
I like that.
Spherical TV. Put a wet pleather sofa in the middle.
Hang it,
Watch.
suspend it.
What are you watching?
Planet, the Planet one on Planet documentary on Netflix. What's that called? Our Planet 2.
Wet World.
Wet,
Our Planet 2.
wet World. Specifically one with the penguins. Makes me feel like
You're
I'm actually
thinking
there.
Waterworld is one.
Are
That's
those
gonna be my first watch.
Water?
I'm watching the live stream. What's that one in California that everyone hates?
SeaWorld?
SeaWorld. I'm watching a live stream of SeaWorld.
The immersive SeaWorld experience where you get to feel what
with
it's
Shamu.
like. You get to feel what it's like to lay on top of a beached whale. I'm watching. I haven't watched Waterworld yet. I hear Kevin Costner's fantastical in it.
He's about in that one like he is in all of his other ones.
Null.
All of his other ones.
All the other ones.
All the good shit.
No,
I'm also. I haven't watched. Okay, so I knew. I looked it up online. I knew that James Cameron was doing a 10-movie arc with his Avatar world, and so I never watched the first one. It was really tempting, the 3D IMAX. Oh, I'll go watch this. Never watched it. Haven't watched the sequel because I'm waiting for Wet Pleather Sofa and
Avatar Wet Pleather Sofa.
Wait, you're waiting for you to have a wet pleather sofa, or are you waiting for Avatar, the wet pleather sofa? Like is that like the fourth or fifth movie that's coming out in that 10 series?
That is, I think it's fourth or fifth. No, I think it's sixth on the slate.
Oh,
I think.
Okay. That's what I'm excited for, just to see what happens with. Because I've seen the first two. I mean, I can only imagine where they're going with the wet pleather sofa.
That's all we can do is imagine, because they have the directors lined up, because they come out once every 10, 15 years.
Right. Naturally.
And they have the directors.
James Cameron's gonna die.
Yeah, James Cameron picked his favorite directors, chose half of them. He's like, you're going to follow me and do the next one.
They also have to change their name to James Cameron. That was part of the contract.
Well, yeah.
Obviously.
Well, because what are you going to do? James Cameron's Avatar world directed by someone else?
Right. No.
Like, it's just
James Cameron.
You're part of the James Cameron family.
Right.
But the last half that he picked out, directors he really liked, and was like, you have to have prodigy children who will one day direct. And they're under contract that if their child becomes a director and hits a certain amount of acclaim, then they get the rights to Avatar.
I like that.
This is a good.
I like that.
He's planned this out pretty well, I think.
Hey, that's why he's one of the greatest filmmakers of our time, baby. He knows what's up.
That's true. One of.
You don't gross that much money.
That's not a fluke.
No,
it's not an accident.
Nope.
You put 10 years of effort into something, it's going to be good.
Has to be. There's no other way.
And that's why.
Yeah, just look at Army
Terry
of the Dead.
Gilliam's. Oh.
Just look at Army of the Dead from Zack Snyder. That took him like 10 years.
And then he produced a banger in Batman.
I think he thought of it. He thought of it like 10 years ago, or 10 years before it came out, and then made it. I don't think the actual production took 10 years, but
no, he was on Joe Rogan's podcast like last week, and he talked about it, and it was very interesting.
Whoa! Be careful.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay, you've plugged two podcasts.
That's two.
You get one more.
I get one.
You get one.
I have one more that's in my back pocket. Don't worry.
A secret third podcast.
I'll save that one for later.
And you can also plug our podcast.
Well, yeah. Obviously.
On our podcast.
Right. Naturally.
Right.
I will also plug it on. Never mind. We'll continue. I almost wasted my third plug, dude.
For our video only audience on our Patreon, I love the inside bit that we've had going, where the three of us are on wet pleather sofas right now, and they have no idea.
Not even a little bit.
And then
I have to sit so still, or the microphone will pick up.
It was just squeaking.
Yeah.
little inside baseball right now, but I just winked at the camera to Ben and Thane
That's me.
as a wink to the video audience that does not exist. And it is all part of the bit. And did a couple winks, like exaggerated, to no one.
To no
But
one.
the two of you.
I missed it actually, so I think it was to just Ben.
Just me and Ben shared a very
special moment.
meta joke.
Oh man, that's funny.
Oh,
Well, lucky
great.
you guys for the freaking wet pleather sofas.
So yeah, use offer code I'm a special boy on wetpleathersofa.com.
I am
on our system,
a special boy, and I was not a guest on the podcast.
and I was not. Oh, we can still change that. Yeah, let's do that so that no one uses the "and I was a special guest" part of that, because not everyone gets 50% off. That's just for Ben. So if he doesn't get to it and you try it and it's like it activates, don't. It's only got one time use. Don't screw Ben over.
Just be nice, guys.
Backspace.
If you-
say I was not. a
If you
special
do,
guest."
I'll have Gaucho find you. He's got the ability to now.
We know he's well connected.
Just saying.
We
Against
don't know
his
where
will.
he is. He could show up where you are.
He could show up at your house like he did at mine this morning. Oh, I didn't tell you guys that. He just stopped
You
by.
didn't.
He stopped by this morning and told me not to fuck this up, or else I'd get in trouble. So, shout out to him.
Or else you'd be hearing from Langley.
Exactly.
Thank you
Oh.
to Wet Pleather Sofa. That's really good. That's going to help me out a lot with kind of everything that I want. Now we'll go into ratings. Ben, do you want to do us the honors?
Let's do it. I would be happy to. All right. So we rate this on a 15-point scale. We can each award up to 5 points. If the total score between the three of us is a 15, it's a gold rated product. 0 to 5, shit butt. Good to know. 6 to 10, bronze. 11 to 14 is a silver rated product. And then obviously the 15 is a gold rated. And then we get 1 point for each of these categories. It's ease of use, accessibility, aesthetics, ethics and morals. Yes or no? How'd I do, boys? How'd I do? I improv
Let
that
me
entire
give you
thing.
let me give you a quick review of the way you said aesthetics.
Aesthetics.
Ease
That's
of
a
use,
10 out of
yes.
10.
That's a,
Accessibility, yes. Aesthetics, come on.
come on.
Ethics and morals, yeah.
Come on.
And yes or no, dude, yeah. That's how we say it now.
Let's go.
Aesthetics.
Aesthetics. My
Awesome. Yeah, that
computer
was
just
great.
Yelled at me. Awesome. I love it. Look at me being included.
Look at you. Great. Okay, I can go ahead and rate it first.
Let's do it.
Ease of use, like I said earlier, I think that, well, I'm going to say ease of use and accessibility in my mind kind of goes hand in hand for this one, so I'll give it a point for both. It's something that most people will recognize, most people will know, and if you start on that track, people are gonna get it. And
Finish each other's sentences.
You were close. You were close. You were close.
You're really good, Garrett. The aesthetics of it is, for me personally, I envision it being on like a classic theater stage with a cool velvet curtain. I don't know why exactly that image conjures in my mind, but that I like the look of that. And so for me, even though it's not a visual experience, obviously, it still conjures that. And to me, I like the aesthetics of it. Ethics and morals. This is where this one is a little bit dicey because it's really good, but it's recognizable to the point where you can like start it, like plant the seed, and then it will just kind of be rattling around in people's heads for the next couple of days. And even though it's
Will
like a happy
permeate.
thing, yeah, it kind of like permeates and sits and just kind of like, yeah, sits there. So I won't unfortunately give it a point for ethics and morals. And yes or no, I will say yes. So that is 4 points from me.
Nice. Okay. All right. I'll give it a good old whirl. Um, I agree with Thane on the ease of use and accessibility. I think they kind of go hand in hand. Um, so I'm gonna have to give it a point for both of those. Just makes the most sense. Super simple. For the aesthetics, it's iconic.
Nice.
Like you said, I think that's an easy point for me. It just feels right. You know what I mean? Ethics and morals. Like I said, I think about this often throughout my week, and it does distract me from my work at times. So, because of the distracting me from being able to do my job, whether it's my fault or this product's fault, I'm not really sure, but I don't want to take responsibility for it. So, I'm going to have to not give it a point there. But yes or no, I'm going to give it a yes. So, I'll also give it a 4 out of 5.
Nice.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Well, I'll tie us all up, get us a grand total. Ease of use, yes. Accessibility, yes. Accessibility, I love how accessible it is because it's on all major streaming platforms, and there's some pretty good covers out there. I think most notably, Cake does a really good cover that I think rivals the original. Maybe pays its due respects, but rivals the original. Aesthetics, yep, because it's got booty in the name. Ethics and morals, I'll say yes. I'm kind of pro chaos, and I like when you can get a tune stuck in someone's head, and then you have to suffer for it because it's more of an emotional impact, and I think that's what being human is all about. Yes or no? That's a yes.
I love it.
It's a full 5 points from
Full
the
5
G-Man.
out of 5. Let's go. Thane's trying to do
What was
quick
that?
math in his head.
Quick math, hurry.
Look at how hard he's trying
What
to
is
work
that?
again.
13? I was.
Add a D4 for damage.
Yeah, there it
I
is.
can't do that. Was that 13?
13.
13.
That was a 13.
Right on. Nice. That's a
This is from
solidly right in the silver. Way to
Right,
go.
that's silver. Look at us. What a great product this is.
So
Oh,
great.
phenomenal.
So silver. So slay.
So silver.
Nice. Awesome. So now who wants to be the one to admit that they didn't know what we were talking about?
All right. Just raise your hand if it was you.
Oh,
Everyone's hands raised. That's crazy.
What?
How did you
how
know?
did we all do that?
How did
How did none of us know?
Oh my god. That's crazy.
We were all on the same page number, but reading different books.
Yes. Yep. I started from the back and went forward. That's how I like to read books is backwards, preferably.
I hold them upside down.
You find out how it goes.
Exactly. That way I'm never surprised by the ending.
Good way to do it.
I know.
But it was Ben, in fact,
It was indeed me.
who was the brave soul who came onto our podcast to be bullied by us
Yeah.
to not know what he was talking about for
Yes.
45 minutes.
Yeah. It's been a tough one. Listen, I've listened to every single one of your episodes, and I think Garrett has been the one to guess, like the first 4 or whatever it was. And on the 3rd episode, he guessed the product right, and I was outside throwing trash away, and I just yelled on top of my lungs, "Bullshit! There's no fucking way he got that." It made no sense.
Which one was that?
I don't remember what it was. Do you remember what it was? I came in and told Fan almost immediately. I'm like, "There's no fucking way."
I think it was when I was guessing, and it was the wacky inflatable flailing arm.
Oh yeah, that's right. It was.
Yeah,
That's
that's what it
right.
was.
That's right.
No,
That's right. That's
that
right.
that was my exact reaction. Is no fucking way.
Yeah, like that's bullshit, dude. You had to have known. There's no way you guessed that. But I haven't guessed. I haven't guessed a single one right, other than the one that it's in the title. But I haven't guessed a single one right.
I think on that episode it was the Summer Olympics of 1996. That's
Yeah.
what gave it away.
Yeah.
It's our
So,
secret review.
secret review. But going through it, at first, I was very unsure. But as we kind of broke it down. My brain, and it's stuck on this, is like some sort of like YouTube video or song of some sort. And the one thing that kept sticking in my brain is that Crazy Frog song on YouTube that's got like a billion remixes. So that's my guess, is one of the billion remixes of Crazy Frog that's on YouTube.
Can you imagine a cake cover of Axel F?
That's the part that threw me off. Was I'm like, oh shit, I don't know that at that point I'm like, I have to just commit to it. I have to commit to my answer. I made up my mind.
Strong
10 minutes
commitment.
ago. Yeah,
Nice.
but I have no idea what this is.
Oh, Crazy Frog would have been so good.
My nephews have been listening to that nonstop. That's why it's stuck in my. Like, it genuinely is stuck in my head 3 or 4 times a week because my nephews love that, and so they're like, yeah.
It's the only song I know how to play on piano.
Just
So
the
I'm guessing
classics,
it's
man.
not Crazy Frog.
So
It's
it is
not.
not Crazy Frog. It is the song Mahna Mahna
You-
from
The one that you've been singing before we started.
Yep.
from the
Was it Sesame Street,
Muppet
wasn't it?
Show.
Muppet
It was-
Show.
I
Not
think it was the
Sesame Street.
Muppet Show. Yeah.
Nice. All right. Well, I mean,
do 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 do.
that is an iconic song, and it does get stuck in my head. Not 3 or 4 times a week. I can honestly admit that. And looking back on it, I don't. The first time I heard that song was that I remember it. I was watching One Tree Hill towards the end of the series. Nathan Scott has like the baby on a little sling, and he sings it, and the baby goes "Murner, murner" when he puts the. Like, it's fun. I'll have to show you. But that's when I remember seeing it, and that was definitely after high school. So
you really were sheltered from it.
I
as a
really,
child.
I really was. I just don't remember. I imagine I've listened to it or I've heard it before. I just don't remember it until at that point. I wasn't 21, but
Not 21. I'm just too savage.
just too nice.
I remember it because we had whatever season of the Muppets it was on. We had it on disc, and
We had a DVD box set, I think, of the entire classic series of the Muppets.
and it was the Kermit cover, the sleeve that went over the DVD, and it was like felt like Kermit, and
Yep.
yeah, I remember watching that and being like, "This is a banger."
This is a banger.
I can't wait to talk about this in a podcast in 2024.
The 2 little pink guys, do, 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 and then just whatever with the orange guy comes up and is Mahna Mahna. So good.
I can't believe that you were dropping those hints the entire time. I just never caught on to it.
I dropped that hint in your office like a week ago.
About a week ago.
Like almost as soon as you said, "Yeah, I'll be on your podcast," I was in your office and I said, "Do do 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 do," just to get it stuck in your head.
Could you hear me down the hall being like "Murner, murner" every time you do
Yep,
it?
yep.
Because I would do it.
I've been
Oh my
planting the
God.
little seeds, sowing the field.
I do have just a playlist of those different types of remixes and covers of that song that I do jam in the shower, actually.
That's a good repeat shower song for sure.
I think I might make Mahna Mahna my top song of 2024. I think I'll just do that.
You just
That's a good bit that if you commit to,
kudos to you, my friend.
I'll do it.
It'll-
I'll do it.
you'll,
I'm gonna do it that
you'll
this year.
suffer for one good punchline that everyone forgets 2 days into Spotify Wrapped.
Hell yeah.
That's
Listen,
showbiz, baby.
Some sacrifices have to be made, and he's just strong enough to do it.
He's just built different.
Exactly.
I'm built
Committed.
Built differently. Ben, do you want to adjust your rating of this?
No, 4 to 5. I think I'm gonna stick with it. And honestly, that one point I didn't give, I could see myself getting stuck for like 2 or 3 hours just sitting at my computer screen like doo 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 murder murder doo 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 while I'm playing my stupid block game or whatever. I'm gonna keep it at 4 out of 5.
Right on. So this remains a solid 13, right in the silver. Fantastic. Way to go, The Muppet Show. You did it
Muppet
again.
Show. Coming in clutch, really. Who
Yeah.
would have thought?
So as we come to the close of this wonderful episode with our wonderful guest, Ben, do you want to now have a sanctioned plug
now actually
of your
have it?
podcast?
I would love to.
Yeah.
I appreciate you guys having me on. That was a lot of fun. You guys have always. I don't know how often you listen to me, Thane, but whenever I'm just like giggling randomly in my office on Monday mornings, it's because I'm listening to you guys. So I appreciate having me on. I will plug me and my buddy Draper. We have a podcast called BDE. Was it BD Entertainment, which is Ben and Draper Entertainment. We talk about movies and TV shows and all that jazz. We just wrapped up a never-ending series on Avatar: The Last Airbender. It was a lot of fun. And then
Which
I have like a
unfortunately, too long.
What?
I didn't listen to.
Nope. I don't blame. I had to edit it. I don't blame you.
Did you start that in preparation for the new show, or?
No, Draper's a big diehard Avatar fan, and it just happened to be when it came out was when we were doing the Avatar series. So it just kind of coincidence. And then I do have like a personal one. It's called Ben Talks With. I haven't done that in a little while. It was kind of a journal for my kids, essentially, to kind of keep track of people in my life. I've had Thane on it. I'm gonna have Thane and Jillian, or Thane and his wife on it. I don't know.
My wife.
My wife. Your
Either
wife.
Thane and Jillian or Thane and his wife.
Or his wife. I'm gonna have them on it again before too long, but I mean, it's fun. They're fun listening and pretty entertaining. So that one's BDE is a little bit more fun and goofy, and the Ben Talks With is a little bit more personal and tell a little bit more
grounded
about
and
life.
serious like
Yeah,
this one.
yeah, exactly like this one is. It just spot on exact remake. So
A work of true
yeah.
art up there with 3 views.
So yeah, but I appreciate you guys having me on. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, thanks for coming along and letting us bully you. That was very big of you.
And Gaucho, if
can't
you're out
wait
there
to-
listening, don't come to my house, please. I did a good job, I swear to God.
He did a good job. You've got to let him keep his knees. Please. The CIA will just surgically remove your knees. It's wild that they do that now.
In your sleep, you don't even know. You'll wake up with no knees. It's insane.
You'll be like the dad from King of the Hill, walking around with no shins. His legs are like a foot long. The CIA is wild, man. So thank you again to Wet Pleather Sofas. Thank you to Ben. Thank you to you listeners for being wonderful and for putting up with our chicanery week after week.
And
Thank you. You mean you're welcome?
You're welcome.
And you're welcome for giving me this
You're
wonderful
welcome.
content.
And I'll play the Gaucho roll to say thank you to the guy who did your guys' music. I love you.
He does do that a lot.
He does do that. He's done it the last 3 episodes at least, I think. I'll keep it going.
Nice. I'm glad you read that clause of your contract. Garrett, do you have a sign-off?
I do. And I'm not coming up with it right now, but stay safe out there, all you lost sailors, and may you see the lighthouse in the distance to bring you home once again. This has been 104.7. I watched The Fog, John Carpenter's The Fog last week, and it's so good. And there's a lighthouse keeper, she has the radio station, and I cannot remember what the radio station's called, but it's that one. Signing off. Good night.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.